president and founder of Frame of Mind Coaching. And you have just joined the Frame of Mind Coaching podcast, where we invite leaders from all over the world to come onto the podcast and get coached live and in person. Today, my guest is Suzie Yorke. She is the president and founder of a company called Love Good Fats. Suzie, welcome.
Well, thanks, Kim. I'm excited to be here.
So tell us a little bit about where are you in the world and what is Love Good Fats?
Great. Well, I'm based out of Toronto, so I founded my company out of Toronto. We're definitely North American in scope, so we're in 15,000 doors across Canada and the US. We're very fortunate to have had a lot of success in getting on US and Canadian shelves. And the company is just a little bit 3 years old, so very kind of fast rise and fast start from an idea after reading a book to some kitchen samples to being on shelves across North America.
So 3 years old and you're already across North America.
Yeah, we were very fortunate. We have a line of snacks, bars, and shakes that taste really, really good and are loaded with good fats. And, we had really phenomenal success within the first 6 weeks in Canada when we literally just, made a few thousand bars and got them in a dozen stores. And it really snowballed really quickly. So it went from a few natural health food stores in Ontario to across Canada, to then, the phone ringing as the US larger chains were seeing our results and wanted to talk to me.
Wow.
So it went really quickly.
So you started off as a company that was reaching out to a company that became in high demand.
Yeah, I just, started selling some bars, 2 bars that were loaded with good fats and moderate protein, low carb, very low sugar. And we were fortunate enough that banners like Whole Foods in Ontario and Healthy Planet, Nature Source, like a bunch of natural health food stores wanted to have us in their stores. And we got into a dozen stores in September 2017. And then the bars were selling really, really fast, so then we had to make more and then we made 2 more flavors. And then that's how we grew very quickly. Suddenly, the phone rings and Loblaws and Costco and Metro, and then the US banners started calling us. So it's a fast food startup story.
Okay. Well, congratulations. It sounds amazing.
Yeah,
where are you now?
An exciting ride. So
COVID hits.
COVID hits. So we had phenomenal success in Canada. We were a leadership bar brand in all of the large banners, and we launched 2 more flavors, 2 more flavors, 2 more flavors, 2 more flavors, 2 shapes. And then we started.
So how many flavors do we have altogether?
We have about 10 flavors and 2 shapes, and we're constantly innovating. We launched 3 new Chewy Nutty about 6 months ago, and those are our superstars right now. If you want to kind of see our newest bestsellers, they're Chewy Nutty Love Good Fats, and they're also keto and low sugar.
Okay.
So we just launched, very rapidly, extended with some innovation, and then the banner Whole Foods Market wanted to meet with us. So I flew down and I met with them, and they obviously knew about the keto trend because they're at the forefront of all the trends. So keto and good fats and how bad is sugar. So they loved our bars. They wanted them in all their stores. So they granted us a national listing, and we started showing up in all the Whole Food stores in February of 2019.
Wow.
And then the phone didn't stop ringing since then. And then we just kept making more and more bars, Canadian versions and US versions, and, freight across the US and across Canada, and all the stuff that comes with rolling out food product across North America.
Amazing. So 3 years in, COVID hits. What's going on for you now? What is your greatest challenge?
Yeah, like it's unfortunate. I mean, COVID's been devastating across the world and on multiple levels. When COVID hit for us, we had a quick 5-pronged strategy and keep our employees healthy, keep our brand healthy, keep our cash flow healthy, etc. But the bar category got hit. So the portable on-the-go snacks and nutritional bars got hit really hard. At first, the first 4 to 6 months, we got hit like the category, but we had some strong programs in stores, and we had displays. We had a Love is Love celebration of diversity program in Canada. So we had a lot of activity in the stores. So even though the category was down, we still kind of had some good plans in place. But then as the lockdown goes and the pandemic goes from 2 months to 4 to 6 to 8 to 12, and now we're really kind of bracing ourselves that the world will not reopen and people will not be on the go until late in Q4 this year. It takes a toll on small companies. We're self-funded, angel funded, and you have a category of on-the-go snacks and bars that is fueled with discovery.
Mm-hmm.
So consumers go to the store, they stand in front of the shelf and they pick this one bar here, one bar there, one bar there, one bar there. They go home, they try 6 different bars, and that's how they discover new brands. And that's what led to such phenomenal and unprecedented growth is discovery. It's a $2-3 item. It's not like a $10 box of cereal. So there's massive discovery in the category. There's displays, there's end caps. And all that went away. Consumers don't even want to reach into a box to buy a single bar anymore. They're buying, multis and multi-bar boxes
Mm-hmm.
and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
just been literally devastating for on the go. Consumers are at home consumers are at home and they prefer to bake, cookies and brownies and snacks instead of buying on the go as snacks. So it's been a very, very difficult, like when you're a startup and you're juggling rapid growth, and then you kind of have, the brakes put on, just as consumer habits dramatically change. It's certainly been very challenging.
So I have a few thoughts, and you can throw them all out. You can take one, you can take half of one, but here are some thoughts. I think, as I hear your story, and it's fascinating, I'm like just amazed at how quickly you grew. But as I hear your story, I think one of the greatest things that happened is you really, really leveraged the trend and the needs of consumers by focusing on healthy fats, but also low sugar items fitting into the keto profile. So now the question becomes, what new trends can you leverage? Right? So the times have changed. What are the trends? So not that I'm the trendiest person in the world, but I am a little bit in touch with some trends. And I'll throw some at you that maybe could be useful for you. So you just mentioned that people like to bake, they like to stay home. And so the question becomes, so what can you provide that will complement their baking that allows them to bake with healthy fats? So rather than provide a complete bar, a complete product, what part of a product can you supply that they would buy to put in their baking? So that's one question.
Yep.
Question number 2. So that's one thought that I had.
Yep.
Number 2 is TikTok is a massive trend. And so how do we leverage TikTok? And it might be to use your bars in an ingredient, as an ingredient in a larger baking product.
Yep.
So there's everything on TikTok. It's incredible. So what would it look like if I broke up the bar and, you know what I found out on TikTok? There's something called the Queen's Cake. The Queen's Cake is basically liquefied chocolate with cookies inside. Bad. But what if the softened chocolate was keto chocolate and the bars were inside?
Yep, that sounds pretty good.
Right? So now I have a recipe that I can share that is highly appealing to people who care about keto, which is a lot of people.
Yep.
Okay, so 1, 2. Number 3, I don't know if you've heard of Clubhouse. So Clubhouse is a new social media platform where people gather in groups for voice-to-voice contact or communication, and they
Okay.
gather around common interests. So I will guarantee you that there is a lot of interest in keto-based lifestyle. And so that's a conversation you want to be joining.
Yep.
To say, hey, here's where I am, here's my struggle, how do I do this? They will not only help you, they will become spokespeople on your behalf.
Yep.
And so
That's, yep.
we're changing the way we approach things. And in your case, it's by leveraging trends. The
Yep.
last thing that I want to share with you is I actually recently signed up myself for something called a keto crate.
Yep.
I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah, we provide our samples for Keto Crate.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
I don't know if a subscription based model to send stuff, snacks home to people on a monthly basis can also be part of a different strategy for you.
Yep. We've participated in a lot of the keto boxes, keto crates, and they're fabulous.
Yes, but what if you created one?
Oh, okay.
What if you
Uh,
offered a subscription based direct to consumer offering?
yeah, and if you go to our website or if you go to amazon.ca or .com, we have subscribe and save, and the subscribe and save is growing exponentially,
Exactly.
especially in the US. Yeah.
So, and then the last thing I want to say is that again, like your game needs to change from and I understand Loblaws and Metro and Costco is a huge um client of
Yep.
yours,
Yeah.
right? Supporter. But the game is changing. And so the question becomes, how do we reach consumers more directly?
Yep.
And really, another form or another avenue for you is to look at who influencers are in the world who are really talking about eating healthy and leverage those influencers in partnership together. So
Yep.
your whole entire question is, how do we reach consumers directly?
Yep.
Yeah.
Agree. My career has been in consumer packaged goods, as started as a brand manager and all the way to a VP of marketing. So on about 25 years. And in the old model of consumer packaged goods, you just drove awareness and trial to the consumer, but you sold through the large retailers. And then now with direct e-com business, you have a chance to sell directly to consumers. So definitely our direct to consumer business has increased. Our social media has amplified. I literally started with one Facebook post and one Instagram post. I went around my neighborhood, dropped 35 samples. There's a Whole Foods very close. So that Whole Foods was constantly out of stock because of 35 samples and social posts on my community and in Facebook. So small little steps, but definitely being able to provide consumers a great e-com experience by Amazon and our website has been a really big strategic plank for us, and we've accelerated that with COVID.
So I don't know if you ever watch Ellen
Yeah,
DeGeneres.
yeah,
So
yeah.
there are a series of people that she found through social media.
Mhm.
One of them, I think her handle is Thembi.
Okay.
I think I got it right. But now she's on the show, and what she does is she teaches people. I think she's a vegan, but how to eat certain foods. But she has a
Okay.
character, she has a
Yeah.
personality, she has a style, she has a way about her. So it's not only about here's what I eat, but here's the character to put it out there. And
Yeah.
I think for you, it's how do you take your products and associate them with that interesting, dynamic, entertaining
Yep.
personality.
Agree.
Yeah. So those are just some thoughts, some ideas that might be useful. I
Very
don't know
good.
if you've probably thought of all of them or if any of them are new for you.
No, well, I mean, ingredients we shifted to pretty much right away in March last year, and how to include our bars in recipes and focused on that. We chose to not go launch ingredient based products because we had 5 strategies and wanted to make sure that we we first and foremost prioritize just keeping our employees and our brand healthy and where we're at, because there's a strong business there between e-com and so we kind of chose to stay away from new product innovation and in ingredients. But COVID is going on for 2 years, so we're relooking that. I'm a huge fan of TikTok, so it's really just come down. We have one social person, and I just got my ring lamp, and we're going to be starting podcasts. But we've not quite, the data on TikTok says 50% are below 24 years old. Our average consumer is.
But it doesn't matter
closer
how
to
many
50,
how
yeah.
many people in that age range are still interested in keto.
Yeah, like the keto fat, the keto nutrition plan is like universal. So we're definitely looking at those platforms. We've tried to get our bars on Ellen about 10 times, also on the show the last 2 years. It's a lot of how are we able to be scrappy? We have less budgets, we have less people, and we have less
Scrappy
time.
and
Yeah.
fun and
Yeah.
totally creative and
Mhm.
kind of breaking the rules a little bit on traditional marketing strategies and
Yep.
having that personality. And it could be very well be you to say, let me show you what I do with this stuff.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So I hope that's useful. I hope that
Yep.
helps. I'm
Yep.
going to go find your products now and go try them because I'm definitely a keto person. So thank you for
There
bringing
we
it
go.
to my attention. I'm going to go hunt it down now.
Which part of Canada, or where do you
I'm in
live?
Toronto too. I'm
Okay.
in Thornhill. I'm in your
Okay.
neighborhood
All
practically.
right. So Nature's Emporium carries all of our products, and then
Okay.
of course, Loblaws and Sobeys and all the large banners and Fortinos and Costco and Walmart. So
All the places.
yeah, you definitely have a lot around Thornhill.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this podcast. I hope that you got some good ideas or at least some encouragement to keep moving in the right direction. I wish you amazing success. I'm super excited about what you're doing, and I can't wait to see the Queen's cake with your keto bars.
Yep, I think that's going to be my first TikTok post.
Try it. I'm happy to share my recipe with you if you want.
Okay. Yeah, send me your recipe and I'll have a look, and then we'll play around with all of our different bars and figure out how we make it the most decadent.
And you know what else you could do? You could take the guys. So the guy who posted the the Queen's cake. What you do is you say, you have one of those.
You do a duet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll
what
track
you
him
would
down.
say is my version. I'll find it for you. I have it.
Okay.
I'll email
Perfect.
it to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kim.
I got excited there. For those of you who are listening, if you have a challenge that you want to share on the podcast, please reach out to me. My email address is kim@frameofmindcoaching.com. If you have a challenge that you want to talk about, but you're not so willing to share on the podcast, please reach out to me as well. My email address is kim@frameofmindcoaching.com. Suzie Yorke, thank you so much for spending this time with me.
Thanks, Kim.